Puff was a tiny cloud, just a small puff of white in the vast expanse of blue. He drifted aimlessly in the big blue sky, feeling the gentle push of the wind guiding him along. It was a beautiful day, with the sun shining brightly and the sky a perfect shade of blue. But Puff felt lonely. All the other clouds seemed so busy and important, bustling about with purpose, forming shapes and bringing rain.
Puff wished he could be important too, to have a role in the grand scheme of things. He wished he had a friend to talk to, someone to share his thoughts and dreams with. The sky felt very big when you were a tiny cloud all alone, with no one to keep you company. Puff sighed a wispy sigh, feeling the weight of his loneliness. What good was a little cloud like him? He wondered if he would ever find his place in the sky, if he would ever feel like he belonged. As he floated along, he looked out at the horizon, hoping that maybe, just maybe, he would find a friend or a purpose out there. And with that small glimmer of hope, Puff continued his journey across the sky, dreaming of the day he would no longer feel so alone.
He watched big fluffy clouds make shapes. A lion roared, a bunny hopped. Puff wished he could make shapes too.
He saw tall grey clouds bring rain. The thirsty flowers drank. Farmers smiled. Even rain clouds were important, Puff thought. He drifted past some sleek white clouds. They raced across the sky, pushing the sun along. Puff liked their speed, but he was too small to push anything. Puff sank lower in the sky. What use was he? Just then he saw a tiny ladybug. She was stuck on a rock, the hot sun beating down.
Oh dear, thought Puff. He knew what it was like to feel lost and small. He drifted over the ladybug. His shadow covered her like a cool umbrella.
Whew. Thank you, little cloud. You saved me.
Puff felt a little glow in his fluffy middle. He had helped. It was a small act, but it made him feel warm and fuzzy inside. He realized that even a small cloud like him could make a big difference in the world. He drifted across the meadow, feeling lighter than air. The meadow was a beautiful place, filled with vibrant flowers and tall grasses swaying gently in the breeze. Puff loved floating over it, watching the world below. He saw a field mouse gathering seeds. The sun was hot, beating down mercilessly on the tiny creature. Puff shaded the mouse, casting a cool shadow over it. The mouse looked up, surprised and relieved.
"Thank you," squeaked the mouse. "You're a lifesaver." The mouse's gratitude made Puff's heart swell with pride. He had made a difference, no matter how small.
He saw a family of ducks waddling along. The mama duck led her ducklings through the tall grass, their little feet pattering on the ground. They looked hot and tired, their feathers ruffled and beaks open as they panted in the heat. Puff felt a pang of sympathy for them. Puff spread himself out, making a cool spot for the ducks. The shade was a welcome relief, and the ducks quickly settled down, enjoying the respite from the scorching sun.
"Quack, quack," said the mama duck. "What a kind cloud you are." Her words were filled with gratitude, and Puff felt a warm glow spread through him. The other animals in the meadow noticed Puff's kindness. They began to see him not just as a cloud, but as a friend. Puff felt a sense of belonging he had never felt before.
Puff had never felt so useful. He floated higher, feeling a sense of purpose. He wasn't just drifting aimlessly anymore, he was making a difference. He wasn't just a small cloud anymore. He was a helpful cloud, a friend to all the creatures in the meadow. Puff felt a sense of pride and joy that he had never known before. He was a helpful cloud, and that made all the difference in the world. Puff knew that he would continue to spread shade and joy wherever he went, making the world a better place, one small act of kindness at a time. As the sun started to set, painting the sky in beautiful colors, Puff felt a warmth spread through him. It wasn't the sun's warmth this time. It was the warmth of happiness. He had spent the day helping others. He may not have been big and impressive like the other clouds, but he had a big heart. And that, Puff realized, made all the difference. He may be a little cloud, but he could still make a big difference in the world. He drifted towards the horizon, a smile on his fluffy face. Earlier that day, Puff had seen a little bird struggling to find its way home. He had gently guided the bird with a soft breeze, showing it the right direction. The bird had chirped in gratitude, filling Puff's heart with joy. He had also provided shade to a wilting flower, protecting it from the harsh sun. The flower had perked up, its petals opening wide in thanks. Puff had even helped create a beautiful rainbow after a brief rain shower. The children below had laughed and pointed, their faces lighting up with wonder. These small acts of kindness had filled Puff with a sense of fulfillment. As he reflected on his day, he realized that it wasn't about being the biggest or the most impressive. It was about the little things he did to make the world a better place. And that, he thought, was what truly mattered. With that thought, Puff drifted peacefully towards the horizon, the sky painted in hues of orange and pink, a perfect end to a perfect day. A smile on his fluffy face, he knew he had made a difference. As night fell, the stars began to twinkle, and Puff felt a deep sense of peace. He settled in for the night, ready to continue his journey of kindness the next day. And as he drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of all the wonderful things he could do tomorrow. Because even a little cloud with a big heart can make a big difference. As night fell and the stars began to twinkle, Puff closed his eyes. He wasn't lonely anymore. He had found his purpose. And maybe, just maybe, tomorrow, he would even make a friend or two. After all, there was always room in the big sky for a little cloud with a big heart.